Chapter The Open Secret, delivered at Los Angeles, California on 5th January 1900, text 1. Whichever way we turn in trying to understand things in their reality, if we analyze far enough, we will find that at last we come to a peculiar state of things, seemingly a contradiction, something which our reason cannot grasp, and yet it is a fact. We take up something, we know it is finite, but as soon as we begin to analyze it, it leads us beyond our reason, and we never find an end to all its qualities, its possibilities, its powers, its relations. It has become infinite. Take even a common flower that is finite enough, but who is there that can say he knows all about the flower? There is no possibility of anyone's getting to the end of the knowledge about that one flower. The flower has become infinite, the flower which was finite to begin with. Take a grain of sand, analyze it. We start with the assumption that it is finite, but at last we find that it is not, it is infinite. All the same, we have looked upon it as finite. The flower is similarly treated as a finite something. So, with all our thoughts and experiences, physical and mental, we may think on a small scale and grasp them as little beings, but very soon they elude our knowledge and plunge into the abyss of the infinite. And the greatest and the first thing perceived is ourselves. We are also in the same dilemma about existence. We exist, and we see we are finite beings. We live and die, our horizon is narrow. We are here limited, confronted by the universe all around. Nature can crush us out of existence in a moment. Our little bodies are just held together, ready to go to pieces at a moment's notice. We know that, in the region of action, how powerless we are. Our will is being thwarted at every turn. So many things we want to do, and how few we can do. There is no limit to our willing. We can will everything, want everything, we can desire to go to the dog star. But how few of our desires can be accomplished. The body will not allow it. Well, nature is against the accomplishment of our will. We are weak. What is true of the flower, of the grain of sand, of the physical world, and of every thought is 100-fold more true of ourselves. We are also in the same dilemma of existence, being finite and infinite at the same time. We are like waves in the ocean. The wave is the ocean and yet not the ocean. There is not any part of the wave of which you cannot say it is the ocean. The name ocean applies to the wave and equally to every other part of the ocean, and yet it is separate from the ocean. So, in this infinite ocean of existence, we are like wavelets. At the same time, when we want really to grasp ourselves, we cannot. We have become the infinite. We seem to be walking in dreams. Dreams are all right in a dream mind, but as soon as you want to grasp one of them, it is gone. Why? Not that it was false, but because it is beyond the power of reason, the power of the intellect to comprehend it. Everything in this life is so vast that the intellect is nothing in comparison with it. It refuses to be bound by the laws of the intellect. It laughs at the bondage the intellect wants to spread around it. And 1,000-fold more so is this the case with the human soul. We ourselves, this is the greatest mystery of the universe. How wonderful it all is. Look at the human eye, how easily it can be destroyed. And yet the biggest suns exist only because your eyes see them. The world exists because your eyes certify that it exists. Think of that mystery, those poor little eyes. A strong light or a pin can destroy them, yet the most powerful engines of destruction, the most powerful cataclysms, the most wonderful of existences, millions of suns and stars and moons and earth, all depend for their existence upon and have to be certified by these two little things. They say, nature, you exist, and we believe nature exists. So, with all our senses. What is this? Where is weakness? Who is strong? What is great and what is small? What is high and what is low in this marvelous interdependence of existence, where the smallest atom is necessary for the existence of the whole? Who is great and who is small? It is past finding out. And why? Because none is great and none is small. All things are interpenetrated by that infinite ocean. Their reality is that infinite, and whatever there is on the surface is but that infinite. The tree is infinite, so is everything that you see or feel, every grain of strand of sand, every thought, every soul, everything that exists is infinite. Infinite is finite and finite infinite. This is our existence. Now that we be all Now that may all be true, but all this feeling after the infinite is at present mostly unconscious. It is not that we have forgotten that infinite nature of ours. None can ever do that. Who can ever think that he can be annihilated? Who can think that he will die? None can. All our relation to the infinite works in us unconsciously. In a manner, therefore, we forget our real being, and hence all this misery comes.